What is up, everybody? Sonic Ryan 9 here, and welcome to the final game of the PS1 Crash games. For this is Countdown to Crash. And I'll let the game speak for itself.
Sony Computer Entertainment Europe presents a Universal Interactive Studios production developed by Eurocom Entertainment Software. Crash Bash!
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Crash Bash. Their attempt at trying to make a party game for Crash Bandicoot. So, in this game you have a choice of 8 characters. 4 good characters and 4 bad characters. You're probably wondering, well, why is Tiny the Tiger and Dingo Dar featured here? They're not good characters, they're evil. Well, I should let the game explain this for me. Let's just pick Crash. Sure, that's a good selection.
Ughhhhhhhh, how many times must you be told? You cannot defeat me.
Now, by the way, my disc here is slightly scratched, so don't be surprised if this starts cutting out.
And it is evil that will ultimately prevail. This bickering can...
Yeah, okay, so, yeah, it cut out. Basically what is happening is the 2 masks are bickering on who is more powerful, Aku Aku or Uka Uka. And so they decide to hold a bit of a contest between the 2. Whoever earns the most trophies, you know, in all the different games becomes the winner. So they enlist Crash, Cortex, as well as all the other characters to compete. Thing is, Uka Uka has too many players. So, Aku Aku tells Uka Uka to submit 2 of Uka Uka's characters to Aku Aku. And so, Aku Aku chooses Dingo Dial and Tiny to represent good. So, it's an even split. Anyway, as you can clearly tell, Crash's model looks less animated compared to the other titles. Well, there's a reason for that. Crash, this game is not made by Naughty Dog. The last Naughty Dog game was CTR. After Naughty Dog lost the rights to make Crash, Universal went to another company, Eurocom, to help make a new Crash game called Crash Bash, which we'll see right now. And, well, you can clearly tell that this has not got the Naughty Dog polish. Anyway, as you can see right here, we've got a bunch of mini games here. We've got Crash Ball, Polar Panic, Pogo Painter, my bane of my existence, and Jungle Bash, which actually isn't that bad. And then at the end, once you've got all the trophies, you face off against the boss, which in this case is Papu Papu. Might as well just go in order here. So, game number 1, Crash Ball. And again, like I said, just if you see some things that are glitching out, that's because my disc is scratched. So, just be wary that the game may not run completely well. Anyway, so for this mini game, we control these paddle things, or these bumper things, and we're going to make sure that we deflect the balls that appear into the opponent's goals.
3, 2, 1, go!
And we're off. Now I just want to... There is a very good reason into why I despise Crash Bash with the passion. This game is not easy on single player. In single player, when you're trying to unlock all the mini games, because remember, this was at a time when, you know, Mario Party was all the rage, and, you know, they wanted to make the games hard to add replayability and whatnot. They decided to make the game incredibly hard, to the point where the computer almost cheats. And I really don't like the game because of the difficulty. The thing is, there's no difficulty selection, so you can't make the game easier, just so you can unlock all the minigames. Not to mention the fact that you have to beat the adventure mode to unlock all the minigames in the first place. So, say you wanted to play, I think it's the tank minigame for multiplayer when you first get the game, you won't be able to play that until you've done tons of adventure mode. Anyway, I do believe in order to beat this minigame, I need to beat the opponents. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. Whew. I think it's best of two. Best of two or best of three. I don't like this minigame very much. There's only like 2 minigames that I find tolerable in this, which I will obviously show off when I do get to it. And if I do fail, you know, I apologise, but seriously, I don't like Crash Bash. I'm just going to say that right now. Playing this single player is not a good time for me. And I think many people will agree. Playing this on by yourself is not only depressing, but you hate yourself so much. You play this by yourself. Seriously, don't bother. Just download a save from GameFAQs or something and get all the video games that way. You know. And before anyone asks, yes, I'm probably going to suck horribly at some of these minigames because of how difficult this CPU can become. Seriously. But I'm doing pretty good so far. I'm doing pretty decent. Luckily, all the balls are actually going into the computer's goal rather than my goal, which is very good. Come on, go, no, get out of it. Oh my god. Come on. Yeah! Whew! Whew! Is it best of 2? Oh god, it's best of 3. Again, I don't like this minigame. There is also another reason why I don't like Crash Bash, in terms of how they expect you to complete this 100%. Again, I will explain when I hopefully beat this minigame. By the way, if you hold R1 and L1, you can actually move your paddle much faster, but then you become more uncontrollable the more you do that, which I don't really like doing. Oh, Jesus. No, I didn't see that. Ah, no. Ah! I can't keep track of all the balls. By the way, yeah, I forgot to mention, they introduced a new character in this. He's called Rillaru, I believe he's called. He's a weird character. He's a cross species between a monkey and a crocodile, because he's got a crocodile tail. Similar to Dingo Doll, except more monkey-like. Yeah, don't be surprised, everyone, if this is all the gameplay you guys are going to be seeing for Crash Bandicoot, because seriously, this isn't easy. You just gotta hope to God the CPU messes up. Which, sometimes, it happens. Like right now, the CPU are having, issues trying to keep the balls from going in their goals and whatnot. I messed that one up. That's it, more balls. More balls. No, not my goal. Ah! Ah! See how chaotic it starts to become, to the point where it's almost... If you're playing this in multiplayer, I can guarantee you it's definitely a lot more fun. But playing this by yourself is just not fun. I'm just going to say that right now. It's not fun playing this by yourself. Alright, let's get rid of you. Ah! Ah, God. Go in. Rillaru's goal, yes! Barely won. And if you win 3, you get that lovely golden trophy. Awesome. Now you probably remember I said there's a reason why this game is a nightmare to 100%. Because if you see, if I were to go back on Crash Ball, yep, they include the gems and crystals as well. And these basically change up how you complete each level. They change the rules slightly, like beat this mission or beat all your opponents within a given time limit, or face off against tougher opponents. That kind of stuff. I'm not doing that. I'm not. We're gonna go to a fun minigame now. I gotta admit, one thing that's good about Crash Bash is some of the music and the loading screens are cool. Anyway, welcome to the polar bear minigame. And this is actually quite a lot of fun. You want to knock your opponents off the eye.
3, 2,
and you do have a time limit there, whatever. Alright. Whoa, lag. Oh, the frame rate drop. I shouldn't say lag. We're not playing online. Oh god, I got the weight power up. Basically, you don't want to be the one with the weight power up, because that happens. The one power up you do want to get, however, is the lightning bolts. If we can get it. Oh, we're up. Come here. Alright. No! Gosh darn it.
3, 2, 1, go.
If I really suck at all these mini games, you know, and don't beat them all first try, I'll just load up a save file of the completed save file that I actually have, you know. Get Cortex. Got it. This is mine. There we go. That's why you want the lightning. Go off. Because if you get the lightning, it will lightning strike all the opponents, and they'll be stopped in their tracks for a limited amount of time, giving you time to knock them off easily. Get off! Yeah, nice. Crash wins! Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard rumours that the PAL version, or specifically the Platinum version of the game that I am playing right now, is actually harder than the original release. Which, I mean, I already hate the game enough as it is, but geez, if that's true, and I'm playing the harder version, then, ugh, I don't like it at all. Another reason why I have a distaste for this game is because, well, I have bad memories, pretty much. When I was younger and I was trying to beat all the minigames, I sucked, pretty much. No other word of saying it, I sucked terribly at some of the minigames when I was young. Being that I was a young kid and everything. Now just go off. There we go. So those are the, I think those are the Northern Lights, at least trying to be like the Northern Lights anyway. Once I've, you know, shown off everything I wanted to show off in Adventure Mode, I will show off actually all the mini-game types that there are, because there are actually, to give this game some credit, there are quite a few game types. Alright. Ah, damn, I missed my chance. Now, you probably notice on the top left, or underneath all our character icons, is the bar that's filling up, or, you know, yeah, filling up with green. That's a charge meter. Basically, if we do a dash, we use some of I think it's more of a stamina meter, actually. What am I thinking? But, yeah, if you do the dash too many times, your bear gets tired, so you need to pace yourself and only use the charge when it's absolutely necessary, like right now. There we go. And with 10 seconds to go. Huzzah. Okay, moving on to another minigame that I really don't like. The painting minigames. And I don't mean the Mario Paint type of games, I mean... just, you guys see. So in this minigame, you are on a pogo stick, and you have to move around the arena to turn all the squares into your colour. So we are yellow, I think Cortex is red, Koala Kong is blue, and Rillaru is green. What you want to do then, once you've turned enough, a certain amount of squares into your colour, you want to hit those purple boxes. Player with the highest score, when the time runs out, is the winner. Oh yeah, no, also power-ups as well, which you can pick up. Remember, break the special crate to turn your square into points. Seriously, I'm not a big fan of this minigame. It's just tedious. Maybe tedious is the wrong word, but it's just bland, really. Also, the computers are very vicious, especially on these minigames. Like, look at them, they're surrounding the boxes. I can barely get to them. Cortex, that box is mine, you son of a gun. Mine. 13, alright, that's not bad. I love how they put the boxes right in front of the computers and leaving no choice for me to get them. Fine. And this one is pretty much... You son of a... I can't get to any of the boxes because the computers keep getting in front of me! There we go. Still, the computers get all the power-ups, I can't... Oh yeah, by the way, all the voice clips that you hear are pretty much just taken directly from the original games, really. There are no original... None of the characters actually have any speaking dialogue, it's just voice clips taken from the games. Like Cortex's laugh. There we go, speed shoes. Now we're cooking with gas. And I missed. Before I forget, like I said earlier, there are harder versions of this particular minigame, which really wants you to master this minigame to a T, knowing every single direction and every single strategy that this son of a... Not gonna swear. I'm not gonna do that. Seriously. Just look at how the computer cheats. If you see speed shoes and they're close to you, get them. But sometimes the controls don't seem to be very responsive sometimes. When you're trying to turn right but your character keeps moving down. Also, this minigame drags. I think it's very obvious. Mine. Mine. See, I was holding left there, but he kept going forward. Just put a box in my area or something so I can cover... Oh, great, Cortex. Missed me. 20, awesome. Leave me alone, Cortex. Jesus Christ. Box, mine. Mine. Mine, you Koala Kong. feel like I am trying really, really hard to try and get all the points, but you know, it doesn't help that the game puts the boxes on the opposite side of the map where I can't get to them in time. That is really cheap. Did they just put the power right in front of Rillaru? That's so stupid. I think you guys can clearly tell why I really don't like Crash Bash that much. As a multiplayer game, it's decent, it's pretty good. As a single player game, it's not great. Even Crash Team Racing had a better single player mode. When a racing game is better, they're better than your party game, it says something about the way that you make games. Just, ugh. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I just, ugh. I want this minigame to be over. See, I was holding up, and he kept going left. The controls in this game, specifically in this minigame, aren't exactly precise. But yay, we beat the pogo level! Thank God! Awesome, we got a trophy. I'm aiming to try and at least beat all this within 30 minutes. Within my time limit that I set up. Anyway, time for the other minigame, which I actually find to be quite fun. The Bash levels. These are actual brawler levels where you're actually in an arena and you have to pick up and throw boxes at your opponents to drain their health. Like a brawler. Pick up and throw crates at your opponents. Win by being the last standing or having the most health when time runs out. Fairly standard stuff. And you collect one fruit to restore health. But yeah, oh man, this is a lot of fun. I love... What's even cool is that they did give Crash his traditional spin attack. And funny that many people forget, but this game also gave Coco her version of the Crash spin. So yeah, when people say, oh, she's, you know, similar to how she played in Wrath of Cortex, they always forget to mention that Coco's spin originally kind of came from this. By the way, if you want to, you can spin attack the opponents, but the spin attack barely does any damage to opponents, so it's not even worth it. Also, I should mention that the art taken for some of the characters is literally ripped directly from, you know, past Crash games like Crash 2 and 3, or CTR for that matter. You know, any Naughty Dog game, probably the art was probably taken. Ow. Wow! Don't laugh at me. Ow. I love how they always taunt after they get hit. Like, or when they throw a box. Like, why? Why are you taunting? Take that. Boom. Go! And I missed the chance. But yeah, guys, I guess I should mention what exactly has happened during Crash's history. You see, we're now starting to get into games that are considered to be, by the fans, mediocre, or considered by the fans to be mediocre or just downright not fun. We're starting getting into Crash games that are not completely hated, but just mediocre. And before anyone asks, no, I'm not covering the Game Boy Advance titles, but I know for a fact that there are a few Game Boy Advance titles that are actually decent. Yay, we win! And God Cortex's model looked really odd there when he was laid down. Anyway, trophy! Now that we've got for trophies, we can face off against the boss of this particular world, or should I say warp room, because we're following Crash 3 logic here, / Crash 2. So here we are at Papu Pummel, but like I said earlier, look, you can do the gem and crystal challenge in each challenge that you complete. Anyway, let's go.
Well done. You have completed the challenges that have been set for you in this warp room. To progress to the next set of games, you...
I love how the cutscene was moving quicker than the actual dialogue. Nobody tested this. Alright, Papu Papu, we faced you in Crash 1, now it's time to beat you again. This is actually actually a decent for enough fight. I mean, first of all, you're doing this in the bash style of gameplay, which is the gameplay that I prefer. And basically, you've got to defeat these evil crashes. I mean, they're not fake Crash, but they're not. Boom. Ow. Wow! Yeah. And before anyone asks, every character in the game that you play as faces off against the same bosses. So, if you're playing as Cortex, you'll face off against Papu Papu. Take that. I think one more hit will do it. And there's the final hit! There we go! Ah, awesome. And we beat Papu Papu, which allows us access to the next warp room of levels, or the next warp room of games. So, go onto this platform, left to right to select the warp room, then go to warp room 2, and press X. And just to be real quick, I will show off exactly what games there are. So we've got Beach Ball, which is another the ball game. Tilt Panic, which is another polar bear game. Pogo A Go, which is another painting game. Space Bash, which is another bash game. And then a new type of game, Desert Fox, which is actually a tank game. And this one you face off against the Bearminator. And basically you do the exact same thing for each of the warp rooms. Except sometimes you are required to... this is another reason why I don't like Crash Bash. See right there. You need 9 trophies, 6 gems, and 3 crystals. Those other challenges that you saw in the first warp room, yeah, they're not optional. You have to beat them in order to get the gems and the crystals. And sometimes the types of challenges that they give you are just infuriatingly hard. To the point where I'm like, why? Why make them this difficult? No, I don't do that. But yeah, so I only beat this game. I only did like 12%. But I guess I shall, to end this off, I'll just quickly show you guys exactly what the other minigame types are. I won't play them or anything, but so I'll just pick Crash. I'm not going to go into any of them. So, in terms of the types, we've got Crate Crush, which is Jungle Bash, Space Bash, Snow Bash, and Drain Bash. Polar Push has Polar Panic, Tilt Panic, Melt Panic, and Manic Panic. Pogo Pandemonium has Pogo Painter, Pogo A Go-Go, El Pogo Loco, and Pogo Padlock. Ballistics has Crash Ball, Beach Ball, End Ballism, and Sky Balls, which I... bane of my existence. And then we have the new ones, which you have a memory card, you press circle, and boom! Minigames unlocked. So we've got Tank Wars, which was Desert Fox, Metal Fox, Jungle Fox, and Swamp Fox. Crash Dash, which is a racing minigame with Dot Dash, Toxic Dash, Dante's Dash, and Splash Dash. And then lastly we have Medieval Mayhem, which is actually quite interesting because all 4 of these minigames here are all original. They're not tied to a particular theme, except obviously medieval, but they're all original. Like Ring Ding, which is a minigame where you gotta burst the most balloons. Dragon Drop, which is, I think you're throwing gems at a target. Mallet Mash, which I actually can't remember. And Keg Kaboom, which I actually can't remember because it's been such a long time. But yeah, that's pretty much Crash Bash, everyone. That's really all I've really got to say about Crash Bash, really. Like I say, it's playable. Chargement. Okay. Clearly this save file was from a, oh god. Oh jeez. I don't know why. But yeah, I guess I could, I mean, just in raw party, you know. But there's a total of 5 warp rooms, and this is the final warp room that you go to with the additional minigames. Pretty much there's only 4 bosses, and this final warp room is pretty much where you actually play the Medieval Mayhem minigames, really. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you this off. I can't believe this save file is all in a different language. I know that. But oh yeah, and Oxide is in this game as a boss, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen, of this episode of Countdown to Crash. If you enjoyed my suffering of Crash Bash, please do leave a like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more, and join me next time where we're going to transition from the PS1 to the next generation of consoles. I'll see you guys then.